Yokoso peeps, it's Oz, and I'm still alive.
Good boy.
So I think it's been a long time since I've made a video. I think it was May, which is the longest I've ever not made a video since I started YouTube. I've made at least 1 or 2 videos a month for the last, I think, 15 years. I think I started in 2009 or so. So I do apologize, this is the longest stretch I haven't made a video. I was getting some messages from people who actually watch my channel still. Oh. Are you okay? Yeah, so we'll learn more about that as well in this video. And people were messaging me wondering when my next video is coming out, if I'm okay, if I'm still alive, what's going on. So I thought I'd make a quick update. For those of you who don't know or haven't seen a video in a long time, some of you might still think I live in Japan, but I don't. I moved to Canada about 1.5 years ago. I left my town where I used to live in Kisarazu, Japan, and I moved back to Toronto. I'm living very close to where my parents live just because my parents are not doing the best right now. So one of the reasons why I left Japan was not only for my family but for Maple as well, because he's 13 at the time when we left, and he was getting old, and it was either leave with him while he's still in pretty decent health, or wait until he passes away and then move back to Canada. So we decided rather than waiting it out, we would leave earlier. And I'm glad I did, because once we got here, we started him on medication for heart murmur, because that's what issue he has, which is why he was coughing before. The medicine's good, I think. It's kind of helped. There's no cure for heart murmur really, so it's pretty much just hopefully keeping him strong as long as possible. So that's good. And he's gonna be 15 in about a month. So I guess the thing is, Maple's getting old. He has a heart murmur, and he's kind of slowed down a bit. He's still pretty healthy compared to the other dogs his age, but yeah, I can tell he's getting turning into an old man. Something that's probably one of the biggest reasons why I haven't made a video in the 4 months is my dad. So before I left Japan, I kind of already knew my dad was kind of like depressed, and he was kind of not doing the best during COVID. The gyms were closed, the community was closed, he wasn't able to go to like mosque or anything. So I could tell that he wasn't in the brightest of spirits. And maybe that was what caused part of it, but maybe just natural old aging. But when I moved to Canada, he seemed okay. He'd have there'd be weird small signs of like forgetfulness or whatnot, but I just thought it was maybe like because he's getting older, right? But the more months went on, it kind of got obvious that something's definitely wrong. And he'd always been doing testing and stuff with his medical doctors and stuff, so he's always been on top of it, so that's good. But it progressed really quick. So I would say in the last 4 months or 5 months maybe, my dad is suffering from dementia. I don't know if it's Alzheimer's, because I know Alzheimer's is a part of dementia, but no one's actually diagnosed him with Alzheimer's. But if you talk to him or meet him, or you know his personality, then you know obviously something's definitely wrong. So he does have dementia. It's gotten really bad. Well, in the beginning, it was like he couldn't quite remember words or phrases here and there, and he'd forget things like, and he was like kind of doing weird mistakes, like driving mistakes and stuff. But they got really bad to the point where like his finances were really bad in the beginning too. So he was like forgetting to pay bills. He was canceling doctor's appointments for no reason, stuff like that. But then it got to the point where like, now in the last 4 months, it's got to the point where he doesn't know how to use a cell phone. He doesn't know how to take care of himself. He has to be told step by step what to do, almost like a child. He forgets me and my sister sometimes, and he forgets my mom a lot. So it's been hard on my mom too. So my mom and dad, and my mom's also physically not in the healthiest position. She had a lot of issues before that she's always been on disability for, and she's not very mobile. So it's been hard on both of them, and so me and my sister have been like having to do stuff. But my sister lives far, and she has a baby and a husband, and she's kind of busy. So I live closer to my parents, So I've been helping out a lot. Me and Mayu actually have been helping out a lot for the last 4 months. I'm basically grocery shopping with them, and any kind of stuff they need, just going to their house, to helping them, doctor's appointments, driving around places. So all my free time has been spent pretty much doing that kind of stuff. So I think that was the biggest reason. I could have still made videos here and there because I did go out some places. I just didn't have the motivation to film and the time or the energy to really like edit and upload. So I think that's one of the reasons why I haven't made a video yet. I would say that's the biggest reason. That brings me to my other bitter, I guess, part of my life is my health. For those of you who have been following me for a while, you know I have type 2 diabetes. I think I got it like maybe 4 or 5 years ago. And I was dealing with it really well in Japan because, you know, the food is healthier, the portions are smaller, and I was able to find like a lot of alternatives and stuff to like sweet stuff. And then I had Mayu too, so it was really easy to like kind of take care of myself. And I was going to the gym 3 times a week. However, with when I moved to Canada and moving around different areas of Toronto and finding different kinds of jobs and this and that, I didn't really have time to go to the gym that often. I was still going once a week or so, but food habits, portions are bigger here. The food's not as healthy here, and although Mayu cooks a lot and we eat at home a lot, we still eat out a lot as well because we don't have time. And especially in the last 4 months, when it became a lot of time spent taking care of my parents and taking them to hospitals and doctor's appointments and stuff like that, we didn't have much time to really stay healthy. So I think that suffered a lot from my diabetes. My blood sugar started going up, my A1C started going up, and I just naturally started feeling really bad. I was actually losing a little bit of weight, but it wasn't like a healthy weight. It was because my body was kind of breaking down. So it went to the point where I had to go to the hospital emergency because for this one whole week, I had vertigo. I was really dizzy, feeling really lightheaded, and like just feeling sick. And no matter what I did, I just felt really bad. So I went to the hospital, and then my blood sugar was really high. So I had to change meds, and I had to like, change my diet and stuff. So luckily for the last 2 weeks or 3 weeks, I've been doing much better. I've been checking my blood sugar regularly. It's been pretty good. Eating healthier, exercising more. So things are getting better. So I guess it's bittersweet there. Slowly, I'm turning myself around back to getting healthy again. So that's good. One bittersweet thing also was originally, since Mayu came to Canada, she was having a lot of trouble adjusting. We've been here for a year and a half, and she still hasn't got her permanent residence. We applied over a year, and we're still waiting. And no matter how many times I check the status or whatnot, nothing moves. So we're just sitting there waiting, and until then, Mayu can't go to English school. She can't really get a job or anything. So she's just been staying at home, being a housewife, taking care of Maple, taking care of me, cooking, cleaning, studying English at home by herself, and that kind of stuff, and then helping my parents as well. So she's busy, but I think she wasn't able to adjust so well, and because she couldn't get out, she wasn't the happiest person. She was really getting depressed, and she was having trouble. But we were able to get her to see a doctor, even though it's not covered with like OHIP or anything, because she's not a citizen here. Just out of pocket, we went to the doctor a few times, and we got her some medication. And actually, she's been really good since the medication. Her motivation came back, her energy came back. She's no longer depressed, or if she is not as bad. And she's been actually really good so far. So kind of like, that's the bittersweet. Like, it was really tough. It was a really tough year, the first year we got here. But the last 3 months or so, since she started taking the medication, has been awesome. So I'm really thankful for that. So thank you. Thank you, meds. Thank you, drugs. That was awesome. And I think one of the biggest things in my life that's gotten better is my job. I was working at a credit card company I mentioned in a slave center, like a phone center. Is that what it's called? Call center. There you go. So I was working at a call center for a credit card company, and it wasn't as bad as some of the other call centers, but it was still pretty bad. Very restricting, very soul crushing. People who called in, half of them were not very happy to begin with, and they treated you like garbage. The managers were nice but very pushy because they wanted to get their bonuses, and just in general, because there was so many people at the call center, not many people took responsibility and just pushed stuff onto other people, and it's kind of like messed everyone up. So I was so lucky because my friend Spiros that I knew from junior high school, I was talking to him one day and he said his company is looking to hire. So I applied to his company. I went through the interview process. I did a couple of interviews and I got hired. And that's pretty much when I kind of stopped making videos as well, because I had to go to Vancouver for a couple of weeks for training. And then I got back and I've been working at that company ever since. It's a really good company. I still work on the phone. It's like the good thing is it's work from home, and it's kind of member support. So I work for like a healthcare service, and it's not really like call center, like call after call after call of people getting angry and wanting the money back. It's more like people wanting to get more information, schedule nurse consultations, or that kind of stuff. It's much more laid back. I work the hardest, I feel, out of my team because I'm so used to the call center atmosphere, while everyone else is more relaxed. There's no rules for when you can take breaks or lunches. You just take them, and as long as you do your job well, they don't really, look over your shoulder. They don't micromanage. The best thing is it's very flexible. So that was the problem with where I was working, why I had to quit. When I started having to take my parents to all these different doctor's appointments that would just come out of the blue, there was no way for me to take any days off, even unpaid, because it was just part of the contract, the structure. But with this company, they're very, very flexible about sick days and vacation days and whatnot. So they really care about their workers. They care about the health of their workers. And so I've been able to, work, get my job done, but still have time to take care of my family. So I think that was the biggest or best thing that happened to me in the last 3-4 months, which was also a good thing, but it was also keeping me so busy because it's something new and I was on probation and I didn't want to mess it up. So it was kind of also stressful because I wanted to do a good job, and it's something that was kind of like a new chance for me to do well. So I didn't want to like mess it up. So I kind of had to like focus a lot on that, and then my family. So I had very little time for any kind of extracurricular activities, including YouTube. I think that's pretty much all that's been going on in the last 4 months. I did go out here and there to different restaurants. I met my friend Kareem, KG79. I met some of my other friends from the past. Like I said, I work with my friend Spiros. I've been having some good times here and there, like with birthday parties or holidays or whatever. Meet the family or go out with friends. But overall, I haven't been doing too much, so that's why also I didn't really have any videos to make. But I did make a video for Vancouver and I edited it. I just didn't update it because I wanted to like tell you what's going on with my life first before I just put up a random video of me in Vancouver. So after this video, the next video coming up will be my I was there for 2 weeks of training, but then I also had a weekend where Mayu came to visit me. So me and Mayu in Vancouver. So that video is coming soon, and some other videos here and there that will be coming out. So if you've watched this far and you're still with me on this channel, thank you so much. If you enjoyed it, please give me a thumbs up. Please let me know what you've been doing for the last few months, or anything else you want to talk about. Leave it in the comment section below. Thanks for watching, and hopefully see you in the next week or two. Take care. Peace.
I'm never drinking again. Who ordered the shots? Whoever ordered the shots, you're not my friend anymore. Oh, I gotta poop.